the girl who had been assaulted, was on the edge of a bridge. If he let go of his hand, would jump directly into the void. But suddenly, noticed the billboard underneath. In it appeared a short but powerful sentence: not to commit suicide because they would take revenge for her. Those simple words were like lightning, of light that instantly passed through the mist of his heart. Perhaps that was his last hope in that cold world. So I found the number that appeared in the ad. Shortly after Kim, Doggy, who had received the call, picked up the girl in his cab. The young woman was already safe and seeing the taximeter keep moving forward, asked where they were going. When Kim saw her like this, Doggy turned on the recorder and asked her to tell what had happened to him. Then the girl began to relate how she had been assaulted. It turned out that the young woman's name was Maria and she was an orphan, had grown up in an orphanage, and had been diagnosed with an intellectual disability of grade 3. Life had been very unfair to her, but Mary had a good heart, and was full of hope for the future. I had always dreamed of getting a good job thanks to your own efforts to earn money, and return to the orphanage so that his children could have a better life. Mary had even obtained a processing certificate of texts shortly thereafter. Social worker at Choi Young-suk Orphanage told him that a factory specialized in producing seafood sauce was looking for administrative staff, and that the owner was very kind, never discriminated against people with disabilities, and also offered free lodging and food. When she heard that the governor, Mary completely believed it, and full of illusion, followed Choi Young-suk to that factory. The one who received them was the brother-in-law of the factory owner, who was also the supervisor. Supervisor traveled through Mary with a malicious look from top to bottom, and taking advantage of the fact that she was distracted, talking to Choi Young-suk, tricked her into signing an employment contract. Extremely abusive. Maria had no idea what she had signed, and in fact I thought I had finally found a person really good. But when he really entered the factory workshop, discovered with horror that the alleged work, administrative and simple, that had been promised to him, had become hand-drawn scales of huge quantities of fish, salty next to a pool of frozen water. Maria, he was also afraid, instinctive and extreme to dead fish, so he wanted to turn down that job. However, just at that moment the owner of the factory appeared. A few glances were enough for him to understand, for its shy expression, that Mary was a girl of weak and naive will. Mary explained to the owner that he could not do that job, and that he hoped to leave there. But when her face heard her, of the owner immediately became fierce. Without saying a word, Mary sank her violently head in water, stinky and full of fishy odor, salted, and then gave him a brutal beating, and when he finished hitting her, locked Maria in the factory's cold storage room.